The beauty of learning is that no one can take it away from you. We are born unique. All of us do not have an equal talent, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. Likewise, education must be an equal opportunity for all.
Access to quality education is the very basic right of every individual. However, it is not the case for a lot of people. There are barriers and challenges to some students in the Philippines face in obtaining a quality education, especially those in far-flung remote areas. The multigrade education is one of the department's strategies to provide access to quality education for all school-age children in remote communities.
A multigrade teaching is where there is a single or one teacher has to teach two or more student grades with different ages, abilities, and characteristics at the same class. In a multigrade classroom, there are different kinds of students. So a teacher must have the ability, or a teacher must be resourceful to make the learnings meaningful, and it happens when there is a small school and has more learners than teachers. That is what the multigrade. It provides the opportunity to break down the walls, and the learners will learn in different ways. They can develop social relationship with others. They will know how to share. They will know how to listen, and many important skills that can bring students together.
In the Philippines, there are areas where enrollment is low or there is a lack of teachers, making it necessary for different grade levels to be combined. Thus, in areas that are isolated and sparsely populated geographically, inaccessible, or deficient in educational resources, multigrade classes have been adopted as a strategy to ensure education for all. Based on the 2019 a review of current situation and practices of multi-grade schools in the Philippines, there are 8,379 multi-grade schools out of the 38,911 public schools in the Philippines.
The following scenarios show the teacher and student situation in a multi-grade education here in the Philippines.
Challenging po sa mga estudyante dito ang pagpunta po sa school kasi po naglalakad po sila ng ilang oras kasi po sobrang layo po.
Ang klase ko po ay nasa loob ng library kasi meron dapat po kaming bagong classroom pero po pinapagawa pa po siya. Elbuban, tinuturuan ko po ang grade 4 and grade 5. Multigrade po ang tinuturuan ko. After naman ang klase ko, after ko magayos ng mga gamit, ng mga lilinisin, pupunta na ako sa room ng grade 2 kung saan doon yung nagsisilbi naming kwarto ng kasama kong guro.
Most of the teachers assigned in a multi-grade school are not properly trained to handle a multi-grade class. They are overwhelmed in such kind of situation, but they try to adjust out of their dedication to teach young children.
May mga guro na nagtuturo sa kada barangay para mas matutukan po talaga yung mga bata na pagpasok nila sa paaralan, uuwi sila na may natutunan po. Nakakilala na ng mga letra, nakakapagbasa na po, nakakapag-compute na.
To reach out and close the gap between geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, the Department of Education enhanced multi-grade education teaching through the Last Mile Schools program, where there are about 7,144 last mile schools all over the country in need of accessible quality education.
Maging wish lang po naming lahat na maging mga parent dito na magkaroon ng high school para po yung aming mga anak ay hindi na po makababa sa mainland. Dito na rin po sila hanggang makatapos po. Ganun po.
For 2020 and 2021, DepEd will direct a significant number of projects, programs, and activities to address the needs of these disadvantaged public schools and learners. The program will transform makeshift classrooms into standard ones, ensuring a minimum of 4 newly constructed classrooms per school. These classrooms will be provided with school furniture, math and science equipment, laboratory tools and e-materials, textbooks, and manuals. The program will bring in electricity through the installation of solar panels. Computers and other information and communications technology equipment will also be provided. The schools will be connected to the DepEd network and to the World Wide Web. The program will process school site ownership to enable unhampered school building constructions, which DepEd will also engage communities and tribal council through the application of alternative procurement processes and indigenous or alternative building materials to conform with the terrain and remoteness of the schools. To address the many challenges, DepEd in all governance levels shall facilitate convergence initiatives with the different government agencies to address the broader needs in the areas that could not be addressed by DepEd. Part of this is the proposal of DepEd to DPWH of the adoption of access roads to all learners as a flagship infrastructure program prioritizing construction of roads and bridges leading to schools.
Sa 3 taon na yon, hindi po ako nagsisi na dito ako inassign ng DepEd kasi napakasaya po dito. Napakasaya na nakikita ko yung mga batang tinuturuan ko na umaantig ang puso ko na kahit po napakalayo po ng isla na to, meron pa rin burong aakyat at tuturo sa kanila para po sila ay matuto.
Indeed, The Last Mile Schools program is proof that no mountain is too high, no sea is too deep, and no river is too wide for those who strive to make a change. The Last Mile Schools program will ensure that no youth is left behind and no area is underdeveloped, finally bridging the gap and making education truly accessible to all.
Indeed, being in a multigrade classroom is like putting yourself in a difficult situation. But for a child who has a big dream and for a teacher who is passionate and dedicated to her profession, nothing is impossible. With the help of multigrade teaching, somehow it gives hope for every child to achieve the education she desires.
When the world is hurting, when life is so confusing, I am sure of one thing, God's by my side, yeah. When I'm feeling lonely and I start to worry, I know God, you're near me and you're always by my side, yeah. And I can lift my hands up to you, I can raise my voice and sing. You are who I put all hope in, I will trust you in everything. There is hope, there is hope in the Lord, He is with me each day. I will trust in the day. I have hope in the Lord, He is mighty and good. There is hope in the Lord. When the world is hurting